What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on F1 23 for our 2024 season. It is round 10, it is Austria, another sprint weekend, and finally you lot get to not hear my voice for 40 minutes. With the sprint weekend,
As much as I love seeing big numbers on the books, we don't get any benefits from leaving it in the bank. Let's spend some of this cash.
so we have two, bit of a voice crack there. We have two sponsorship renewals that we have to do, and we're looking for the big bucks. And we'll be signing some new ones, and yeah. Contract obviously ends in 21 days after the thing. If you didn't see last video, it was a shocking race, I have to say. We came P12, fastest lap, and I recommend you go watch that video, as it is hard to explain the level of disappointment was on with that. Without further ado, also I've signed Lewis Hamilton as my I want to say rival, as that one was just, I want to say it was just a fluke. Okay, there we go. Oh, I forgot to say. We have to change this. We're gonna have to change it. I don't know if we're gonna get any penalties. I know it says no penalties, but the last time I've done it, it says penalties. But obviously, everything at the moment is okay. But yeah. We're also going to quickly snag, because there's a lot of cars very close, as you can see on the R&D chart. And get this ready for the British Grand Prix, which is after this one. And also we're going to see if we can fit that one. Hopefully that doesn't fail. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video, as I think Austria is going to be a good one. We were good here last year, and I hope you enjoy, and let's get qualifying going for the sprint. Enjoy the video.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Adams, Leclerc and George Russell. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Adams lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, Norris, Sainz, Hamilton, Gasly, Perez, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Stroll, Sonoda, Joe, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Sargent, and Théo Pourchaire. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Championship race. If we continue with around 20 to 24 races a year, we can expect the 2000 GP to happen around the year 2064. 2014 ushered in a new set of regulations that saw us enter the turbo hybrid era of F1 car development. The biggest
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. We're accumulating somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Right, we've got a very worn out MGUK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now. We think we might see some rain, ETA about 15 minutes. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 15.6 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 15.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 15th. And the time last lap was a 1 minute 06.9. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left. Okay, car behind trailing us, 3.8 seconds. push. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. Yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job this weekend. That's a great drive, thank you.
So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Well, not the result our points leader would have wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye. This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. It's a short lap here in Spielberg with just 10 corners, 7 to the right and 3 to the left, making up the total distance of 2.6 miles. And expect to see a lot of cars running wide today, especially through the last corner, as the wet conditions make the cars skittish through the downhill sections. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Adams lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Sainz, Hamilton, Stroll, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Perez, Albon, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Joe, Magnussen, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Ricciardo and Théo Pourchaire. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Joining me on this very wet day is a man who's no stranger to driving in miserable conditions. Anthony Davidson, you've driven open cockpit, you've driven sports cars. How does the wet weather experience change between the different disciplines?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much difference in all honesty. You know, besides the terrifying closing speeds you find in something like sports cars with different categories all sharing the same racetrack, driving in the rain is, well, driving in the rain. Of course, the biggest difference is the fact that Formula One is open cockpit. On one hand, they'll be cold and wet without a roof, but on the other, it's much simpler to pull a tear-off away from the visor than it is to clear a dirty windscreen. So I don't think it's too bad.
Right then, the formation lap has started. And I must say, the weather conditions aren't the best today for visibility and for grip. As each driver performs this lap, they'll be wanting to settle in and concentrate, as this race, in these conditions, will require a lot of focus. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Max Verstappen managed to finish 81% of his race over 2021. Still though, Michael Schumacher holds the record for the highest percentage when in 2002, Schumacher finished on the podium in every race he participated, making it 100%.
Somewhere on the MGUK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Okay, so heavy rainfall here to stay for a while. Doesn't look like it's moving on anytime soon. Full wet seemed like the best tyre for now. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Okay, clear. Okay, I've got information on Joe for you. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Okay, and that's a red flag. Red flag. Keep the delta positive, and let's have you straight into the pit lane, please. Let's spin it in. This is a good chance to change our strategy for the rest of the Grand Prix if we want to. We'll be getting underway in just a moment. Stand by. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. These conditions don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall. Okay, full wet seems to be the fastest tyre for now. They're sitting in 7th, and so the difference is 8.3 seconds. They're on a fresh set of wets. Your last lap time was a 1:17.8. Okay, heavy rain will be staying with us for a while now, at least a 20-minute window of heavy rain. tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 15.4 seconds. Gap to your teammate behind is 0.7 seconds. They're on old wets. Time last lap was a 1 minute 19.7. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Radar suggests that this heavy rain will be with us for a while now. Full wet seem like the best tyre for now. Come on, you can win that place back. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake, use overtake. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 22.5 seconds. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. Okay, be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime now. Okay, so heavy rainfall here to stay for a while. Doesn't look like it's moving on anytime soon. Okay, full wet seems to be the fastest tyre for now. That's P1, and Verstappen's behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on old wets. The pit window is open. Pit window currently open. All right, 6 laps to go now. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Gap to your teammate behind is 28.2 seconds. Okay, focus. We need to stay on form. Just 5 laps of fuel remaining. starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done. These conditions don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. The gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Let's move on to the constructors. No change in the top spot then, but with today's points, their hold on that lead is getting weaker. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards the top. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.